October the 14th. And it has been over 2 weeks since the flood here in western North Carolina has completely turned our worlds upside down. Our region has just been decimated beyond recognition. You go down any of the back roads and you immediately find chaos, destruction, roads missing, homes destroyed, people lost. It's been catastrophic to say the least. And it's been heartbreaking to endure the aftermath of this whole ordeal. And I've not been able to stomach even the thought of coming out here and doing a hunt. But we're here, and we're just in the backyard. Most of my places are a little hard to get to at the moment. Roads going to my properties, the family properties that I run on, are pretty rough. Some were gone in some instances, but they're accessible now. And unfortunately, throughout the chaos, we lost my childhood home, where my parents and my little brother Jesse still call home, still live in. Obviously, I still called it home as well, but the house is gone and doesn't even seem real. And I know a lot of people are going through the same thing. They're hurting, and some people have lost loved ones, entire families. Hurricane Helene wreaked havoc across our mountains, and we were completely unprepared. It's been difficult to find myself in this stand, but we're here. It was kind of sketchy getting to and from. Both my access routes are pretty blocked off. But we're here and we're going to do this thing. I don't know what's on camera. The camera quit working during the storm and never checked back in. It was still taking pictures, so I pulled the card and we're going to check it on the SD card reader. See what's here. As a matter of fact, there is a deer standing right there right now. Oh yeah. I mean, it zipped right through her heart, so I'm gonna actually chill out and see if we can shoot another one. since I shot the first one. And I got another one down right here. She was about 25 yards. Split the pin and she ducked as soon as it got to her. Hit her high shoulder, pretty much in the spine. And she didn't go far. But she's expired. She's over there. Thankfully it was a quick death, so got 2 down. Got 2 does to fill the freezer with, so that's exciting. That is exciting. Thank you, Jesus. That'll really take your mind off things right there. Got my work cut out for me tonight, but that's awesome. Obviously, I got my first one. She didn't go far, but I got the second one back here in a rhododendron thicket. But I've got an absolute beautiful red carpet of blood to trail. And brother Jesse's bringing up our nephew Jensen, so I'm gonna let him track it. I know where it's at. I've looked at it already, but he's a young, aspiring little deer hunter. Wants to be a deer hunter like his uncles, so we're gonna let him track it, see how good he is. See the blood? Follow it. Follow the blood and find it. This is on you now, little young hunter.
Oh,
you're not colorblind, are you?
It'd be a bad time to be colorblind. You're bleeding good.
Still see it good, ain't it? Gosh. Pouring out good, ain't it, Jen? Yeah. Really good.
That'll be kind of
Helen Keller could follow that one.
Yeah. early. I like to set up early. I'm one of those guys who likes to set up early. I hunt in the mountains, so it takes me a few minutes to cool down because you gotta hike in for the most part. This morning was just a brisk little walk, but for the most part, you kinda gotta hike in. So you're warm, you gotta cool off. Anyway, got set up. It's a perfect day, perfect morning. It's snowing. A little breezy, but it was snowing. Had a great morning. I'd seen dodos. Big boy didn't play. Big boy was here last night in the middle of the night. So I make a game plan to come to this saddle. I'm not talking tree saddle, but I'm talking saddle in a ridge. It joins a smaller ridge that fingers off into this big, into one of my food plots down here in the big green field. So I make a game plan to come set this saddle. Well, I get up here and every tree that I thought was a good idea was a terrible idea. So I settle with this tree. I get up in it, and it's a cluster. I've crawled through grapevine. I'm probably covered in poison oak. But it was going on 4 o'clock, and it's right now 4:05. I have an hour and 30 minutes to hunt. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but nonetheless, good grief. Just one of those days, one of those afternoons, where every decision I made felt like the wrong decision, and every move that I made was the wrong move. Every stick that I tried to avoid, I broke another stick. I broke at an immense sweat because I underestimated my clothing. But here we are, finally set up. We're up at the saddle. It's about, I don't know, probably 60 degrees, 58 degrees. Warmed up after a weekend of cold weather. But it was a super frosty morning this morning. Very frosty. And cold, calm. Man, it was just awesome morning. But it's Sunday. Slept in. Got up, threw some logs on the wood stove, sipping on coffee. was 2 yearlings that are without their mama, that had their mama just the other day. So I've got a feeling it's that doe. She's drug in a brand new buck coming into estrus. But nonetheless, I had a hunch to be on this ridge. I had another place in mind. But I don't know, when I got to this spot on the way up, it's like the Lord just told me, hey, I don't know, maybe it was me realizing it was easy, but I don't know, maybe God's trying to tell me something. It's a really traffic spot. It's tight quarters. It's thick all the way around, but the action really centralizes right here. But oddly enough, it's on a four-wheeler trail that me and the cousins use to access this ridge top. So we'll see. Hopefully all this sign in here is not nighttime action, and maybe we can catch that big boy just making a pass. But at a little bit of doe estrus right out here, about 15-20 yards. I feel like we're going to be in some action. Maybe not much, but it's been extremely slow. Last week, the one buck I was after has kind of gone MIA. And all the other bucks that were in here all summer and early fall have gone MIA. But there is this mega giant 8-point. And when I say mega giant, you got to reference this as the mountains of North Carolina. So it's definitely not an Ohio giant 8-point, but it is a mountain giant 8-point. Anyway, it is 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Got in here, got all set up before 2:45. Can spend the rest of the afternoon here. Little post-church deer service.
Mwah.
Holy snot. Oh my God. I just smoked the biggest 8-point I've ever seen in western North Carolina. Oh, Jesus. Holy smokes. Thank you, Jesus. I got him. I got him. Oh my gosh, I smoked him. I don't know if I got it on film because he kept walking. He didn't go 30 yards and kind of just, he didn't know what hit him. And holy smokes. I can't believe I just did that.
Thank you, Jesus. Praise your holy name. I told you I'd praise you, and I'm praising you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. First deer out of the, about fell out of the tree. First deer out of the saddle ever. First buck on the home turf in 2 years. Biggest buck on the home turf ever. Something in my heart told me to stand, go up in his spot right here. And he come off the ridge over that way. I knew it would be close. I just knew it would be close in my heart. I knew it was gonna happen. Jesus.